Telegram currently serves over 1 billion users. It outpaces Silicon Valley giants in feature innovation while actively resisting pressure from the world's most powerful governments. This massive infrastructure is run by a core team of only 40 engineers. There are 0 outside shareholders, and the CEO rarely uses a smartphone, preferring to remain disconnected from the digital world he built. Pavle Durov has built a reputation as a leader who refuses to compromise on privacy. He has spent years fighting surveillance and censorship, often risking his entire career to protect user data. This chart compares the standard Silicon Valley model of tens of thousands of employees and heavy venture capital against Telegram's tiny, hyper-dense structure. One relies on scale and capitulation. The other relies on agility and independence. Telegram's success is the direct result of a specific personal philosophy. The company is designed to function as an extension of Durov's own beliefs about human nature and power. The network's design mirrors the man who built it. By removing his own dependencies, Durov created a system capable of operating without them. Durov treats his own mind as an operating system that must be optimized. For decades, he has avoided alcohol, caffeine, and pharmaceutical drugs, while choosing to stay away from the algorithmic feeds that drive most social media. He uses daily ice baths and intense physical endurance to build what he calls the muscle of self-discipline. He believes that mastering this internal resistance makes every other challenge in life easier to handle. This asceticism dictates the company structure. Telegram avoids corporate bloat by rejecting the standard hiring cycles and massive headcounts common in the tech industry. Instead of traditional recruiting, Telegram uses objective coding competitions. Thousands of applicants pass through these filters to identify specific engineers capable of high-level performance. Durov argues that removing a single underperforming engineer increases a team's speed by eliminating unnecessary coordination. That obsession with speed reaches into the code itself. The team rewrote their database engines into C++, specifically to shave off milliseconds of load time and reduce the number of servers needed to run the global network. This discipline prevents the internal friction that eventually destroys massive organizations. It ensures the company remains lean enough to move faster than competitors with 100 times their staff. Telegram operates out of Dubai to separate itself from the legal and political pressures found in Western jurisdictions. This allows the company to maintain its core principles without state interference. The system uses intense automation to remove human employees from the loop. By designing the infrastructure to manage itself, the company eliminates the possibility of staff numbers being pressured to leak user data. Decryption keys are fragmented and scattered across different sovereign countries. This jurisdictional key splitting ensures no single government can legally compel the company. This defense is bolstered by a 100% ownership structure. Without public shareholders, there is no financial leverage to use against them. By systematically engineering out human access and financial vulnerability, Durov turned a messaging app into a self-sustaining geopolitical fortress. In August 2024, the French government arrested Durov and held him in a windowless cell on a concrete bed. He was presented with a list of charges that held him personally responsible for every illegal act committed on his platform. This situation mirrored the stories of Franz Kafka, a man trapped in a judicial system where the process itself is the punishment. Behind the arrest was an attempt by French intelligence to pressure Telegram into censoring political opposition during elections in Romania and Moldova. Durov refused to provide the backdoors they requested. The state assumed that the harsh physical confinement and the looming threat of long-term imprisonment would finally force him to break. They miscalculated. A man who prepares for his own mortality and chooses discomfort every morning is difficult to threaten with a jail cell. Durov's childhood in the Soviet Union taught him that state control usually arrives under the guise of protection. He recognized the patterns of censorship early in life and built his career to resist them. He told his captors he'd rather spend 20 years in prison or let Telegram die than betray the privacy of his users. Telegram suggests that in an age of increasing surveillance, digital freedom is a technical achievement. It requires a specific mathematical and psychological structure engineered from the ground up to survive.